Hi, I'm Louise Lipton, and I've lived in Buffalo and West Seneca for 22, almost 23 years. I went all the way through to my adulthood in Brooklyn, and I loved it. I was very happy there. Never thought I wanted to leave, find something else, but never thought I would wind up here. My childhood was fabulous. I had my mom and my dad. I'm an only child, but I had my grandparents, my mother's parents, half a block away. And my cousins, my mother's side, we were close. She had a sister and a brother, so the cousins, the 5 cousins, would get together a lot because they liked to play penny and two poker. I guess biggest influence between my mother and my father, because my father thought I walked on water. I never did anything wrong. My mother was a disciplinarian, and the older I got, the more I appreciated her, because I was never hit ever as a child. When I was doing something wrong, my mother would use bigger and bigger words until your mouth went, huh? And I was a goody two-shoes. And she's strong. She had 3 major strokes and 6 TIAs, and she used to lay in her bed to get strong with an iron on her leg. And she said, I'm not going to be like this. And she had inner strength and a pain tolerance I cannot tell you. And she spent the last 9 months of her life here. Yeah, no, it was good because I had to leave her in Brooklyn, but my son was there, so he watched over her. And I still try to live up to her strengths, her character. I don't have her smarts, but I can have everything. And I don't certainly have her beauty, but I still hear her, like, you really should straighten this out and put your little makeup on. All these things, because nothing stopped her. She was a fabulous housekeeper, and she had a place for everything, and everything had place, not like me. But I always use the excuse, well, I worked. You didn't work. You were a homemaker. My mother, because I didn't know until my father passed away, which was 1972, that my father in a good year made $5,000. My mother could stretch a penny. But we had beautiful clothes. We went out to dinner. We went to the theater. My mom liked museums. And she would go shopping even in her high heel shoes. On the subway, stairs, up. She was the rock. She was the matriarch of our family. And I still am trying to emulate her. Because she had strength, nothing stopped her. Well, family life, as I said, was phenomenal. I knew I wanted to teach from the time I was 3. And I actually, while I was in college at 16, and I started out in night school because I was working in a pre-K in a Jewish center when I was 16, 17. And I just loved it right from the beginning. And my first school, although it was far away from where I lived because I didn't have a car, so it was 2 buses. But then my principal used to pick me up and take me to school. It was what I wanted to do, and I knew I wanted to do it. And I worked with wonderful people. And it's like, that's the shape that's the path I knew I wanted to follow. I got married. I had my 2 beautiful children. I was not a young mother. I was 28 and 30. And it was a good life. I mean, marriage didn't work out the way you think it would, but that's life. And I was lucky. That's a lot of women can't because they don't have a skill or a good, well-paying job. So even with the divorce, I was able to keep my house. I was able to do things, have my car, it wasn't like, oh my God, I have to get another job. So again, I was very lucky. I was very active. My kids know I like sports and swimming. Oh, I sing too. Well, used to. I was in choruses all my life, and all those kind of things. It's just, there's so much to do. The reason I moved to Buffalo is, give it a snow. I'm not like that, but I could see my furniture in there, and I never could do that. And I said, my house. And so I moved here, and I just found friends, and I went swimming. I delivered Meals on Wheels for 7 years, and because it was right around the corner from the pool. So I went from the pool, and like I said, friends, we go places, we do things, we take the day trips. My friends like the casino. So I'm good with once every 6 weeks or so, or a couple of months. But it's fun, and when you're with people and you're on the bus. I've taken lots of trips when I'm here. Used to be a restaurant down there, it's now a pizza place called Hidden Hollow. And he used to run bus trips to Shays. And it was a school bus, but it's a short ride, so we'd have a buffet dinner. We paid, one flat ticket to the show, and the bus driver would drop us off right in front. And he had really good seats. We were down first, mezzanine, because I was a poll person at the elections. So I did that for many years. And I'm an animal activist, so that's always what we do here. My happiest memories in adulthood were going to Rocking Horse Ranch, because it was a great place, and my mother found that. It was immaculate. They still have the largest herd in New York State of horses that you ride. And when I'm out on the trails, even today, any kind of horseback riding, because when you're on a horse, you have to have a clear mind, because horses feel what you feel. So if your mind is, the horse gets antsy. And if you're calm, they're calm. So that's my happy place, is riding on a horse, and especially at Rocking Horse Ranch. This was immaculate. Well, we all get there. We all grow older. And I love the fact that a lot of the famous people nowadays, they go gray and they're enjoying it. And they're not putting on, and they're not getting as much surgery. And you take it as it comes. And I think that life is good if you make it good. And you may not be rich, but you have to count your blessings, whether they're small, whether it's, I always stop and smell the roses, that's what I say, and watch the robins and the bees. But I think that's what you have to do, is just go along with the flow, and if there's something that's going on, get help. Because now it's not oh my God, you mustn't say anything. And I think we can all follow our paths, because also, if you're not the traditional husband and wife thing, that's okay now too. It's not the stigma it used to be. So you can be more yourself and learn to love yourself, which is a lifetime process.